Everybody, Jeffrey Guterman, Strat-O-Matic Network. And today it's the second game of a four-game series. The Yankees at the Red Sox. Oh. I want to thank you for joining us. Still setting up the lineups. Let's get McDonald's. This is the first game of September 23rd. I'm going to show you the standings through the 22nd as soon as I finish this setting up the lineups. It's going to be my morning. It started off rough in bed with that feeling, that rotten feeling, but I got up, took a Klonopin, started some coffee, and I'm a little better now. And I say hello to you, Kathy. It's going to be Stoudemire. He's won 12. And Romo, who has won 8. Stoudemire won 20 in real world. That's a sign of, the Yankees have had a very disappointing ball game season. I'm going to show you all the standings. Coffee makes everything better, or at least more tolerable. It does, yeah, up to a point. This is our first game, and hello, demos. This is our first game of September 23 in our 1969 replay. The standings and leaders have been updated for through September 22, and I thought I would share that with you before we begin the ball game. The National League have the only races, and the cards are four games behind. They lost. Let's make sure of something here. Yeah, they lost to the Mets. That was some game. As you can see, the Cubs and the Mets are tied, and the Phillies and the Expos are battling it out for 5th place. In the West, the magic number for Atlanta is 3. Giants are 5 1/2 out. The American League is basically shot, except for the Red Sox have a chance to overcome the Tigers. And the Royals are battling out Seattle. McCovey hit 2 home runs in his last game, giving him 53 home runs to lead the National League. Marichal been sitting at 25 wins for some time now. And in the American League, you can see Hot Dog Jackson with 55 home runs. Cuellar has 24 wins. So that's where it stands. This is a relatively meaningless game. And that's what you have to do if you're going to do a replay. Play those games. This was Tuesday, September 23rd. This was a night game. Attendance was 14,000. 491 at Fenway Park. Basically, it's a full schedule for the 23rd. The Dodgers play a doubleheader against the Reds. As far as the White Sox and A's play a doubleheader. And we'll see how that goes. The Red Sox won this game 8-3 in real world. Yes, that Orioles staff has been very tough. Very tough. We'll do the first inning, then I'll get some fresh air for a quick break. We're at Fenway, and Vicente Romo, looking for his 9th win, takes the mound. Red Sox in the field. As usual, I may get interrupted by a phone call, an important phone call. And if that happens, we'll just try to continue in a new broadcast. And leading it off for the Yankees is Horace Clark, switch hitter, batting left against Romo. And again, I want to thank you all for being here. And Romo is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Clark. That's 4-11. Switch hitter batting left, flies to left X. That is for LaHood, who gets getting a rare start out in left. LaHood is a 3-6. (11-3) gets to it on an F2. E6. 6-11-14, that could be trouble. It is. It's a 2-base error by Joe LaHood. Whoa. 6-11-14, an E6. That's a F2 E2. A 2-base error. What a way to start the ball game. I imagine LaHood doesn't feel too good about that. LaHood had 218 at bats. He hit 188. A rare start, relatively rare start. So Clark is on second, and here's Gene Michael now. Oh. Okay, Romo with Clark on second. Nobody out. Here's the pitch to Michael. 1-4 right-handed, flies to left. And that's going to be for LaHoo. This time he makes the catch. One away. Clark holds at second. I believe you can stretch the runner to a fly ball right only from second to third, and not on a question mark on the plain B, and that's my reading in the rule book. I'm glad to have anybody contest that, dispute that, if I'm incorrect. So one out, Clark on second, and here's Roy White now. Okay, here's Romo. And the pitch to White, switch hitter. Batting left, 5-3. That's going to be a slash. Let's see if it makes it through. It's a 13. Again, 5-3, switch hitter batting left. Ballpark slash. Switch hitter batting left in Boston. And that will go through for a base hit. And that will send Clark to third. White on first with one out. Romo a +1. White 1-16 will be held, or he gets the lead here. And on a 1-16 being held, he's a 1-14. I don't think he's even going to go for the lead here. If anybody wants to make a managerial decision, feel free to suggest it. It's first and third, one out. The infield will be back for Mercer now. Mercer, left-handed hitter. Here's Romo. 1-6 right-handed, pops it up to first. And that's for Karl. And he makes the catch, big out. Runners hold, of course. And Frank Tepedino comes up in a clutch situation here. Tepedino, also a left-handed hitter. Against the right-hander Romo. He has a ballpark. He has a clutch hit on a 2-5. Here's Romo now, trying to get out of this. The pitch to Tepedino. 1-3, and he grounds it to third. And Scott has it and throws it to Karl at first. The side is retired. So they start off with a runner on second, no outs, with Clark on the error by LaHoo. And then it was first and third, one out, and Romo got out of it. No runs, an error, one hit, two left. New York nothing. And Boston coming to bat in the bottom of the first. We have a question after this inning. Awesome. I got my music ready. This will be a first question from Kathy Harden. And we thank you, Kathy, for that, breaking up the monotony of these meaningless ball games. Out comes Mel Stottlemyre. Taking his warm-ups. Will face the Red Sox, bottom of the first. And I'll take my break after the question from Kathy. Here's Mike Andrews now, leading it off. Okay, here's Stottlemyre. And the pitch to Andrews. That's 2-11. Right-handed, that's a ballpark slash. That's going to go through. A 2-11 right-handed, ballpark slash right-handed hitter in Boston. And as we saw, it goes through. And Andrews with a leadoff single. 1-13, 1-9, he will not be held. And now here's Joe LaHood, a debunter, a 188 hitter. And LaHood played the whole game. He went 2 for 5, believe it or not. Red Sox won this one 8-3 in real world. Burback and McDaniel pitched in relief for the Mets, and Romo went all the way. Okay, here's Stottlemyre facing LaHood, a left-handed hitter, from the stretch with Andrews on first. Pitch to LaHood. 4-11, left-handed, walked him. So Stottlemyre has put 2 on here to start it off. On a 4-11 left-handed hitter. And here comes Karl now. Karl also a left-handed hitter. Here's Mel now. And the pitch to Karl. 5-5 left-handed, grounds to first B. That'll, oop, where am I? I forgot to pull out my, it happens. Pull out my important notes. What the hell are they? What the hell? Oh, here they are. Right. Here's the paper clip. Well, we'll pull this out first and second on a 5-5 left-handed ground ball, first base B. First and second B. It's a 4. Batter is safe. It's a force. Unchanged. Ground ball to Karl. I'm sorry, to McDonald. I didn't go through the lineups, but that's okay. He forces LaHood at second, and now it's first and third. Karl on first, Andrews on second. That's a shame that I misplaced my paper clip that holds these important documents together. It's a minor problem. I think I have the clips in this drawer here. Find it, we'll deal with that later. We'll deal with that later. So it's Karl on first. And Andrews on third with one out. Karl 1-16 with Stoudemire 1-12. Not getting the lead. He's got the lead. And he'd be a 1-12 to steal. And here comes Reggie Smith. First and third, one out, infield is back. Okay, Mel in trouble here in the first. Smith switch hitter batting left. Here's the pitch to Smith. 4-7, switch hitter batting left, and that's a grounder to second, first and third. Let's see if that's going to work. Grounder to second, A. First and third. Uh-oh. It's a 2. And it is a double play. An inning-ending double play. And we'll score that. Clark stepping on the bag and throwing to first. Any way you want to visualize it. Getting Karl. And the side is retired. So a nice break there for the Yankees with a one-out double play with first and third with Smith at the plate. We've gone one. It's a 1-0 ball game. I'm sorry, it's a scoreless ball game. You can see I'm a little distracted. And I want to now invite you to take a crack here at Kathy's question, her first question of the day, and then I'll be taking a break for about 2 or 3 minutes. Kathy Harden with her question. Wait for it, please. Here it is. He was the only U.S. vice president to ever be elected to that position and to serve 2 full terms as president. Wow. 2 full terms. Boy, that's a great question. I was going to say Adams. It's not Adams. Whoa. Jefferson was, I believe, Secretary of State initially. He could have been under Adams. He could have been vice president. I doubt it. I got it. Okay, it was Jefferson. That was a great question, Kathy. And yeah, Jefferson was Secretary of State, I believe, the first one ever under GW. And then, I guess under Adams, he was vice president for both terms. I guess for both of his terms, if he had to. And then he served 2 full terms as president. Almost Nixon. Yes, almost Nixon. Bill, good point. I think almost a lot of people. You know, Johnson decided not to run. Vietnam just broke him down. And Truman, his approval rating was so low, and he decided not to run for a second term. Bush, 41, lost to Bill Clinton. And that's a very interesting question. I like U.S. presidential questions because there are so many variations that you can go with. A good number of vice presidents became president. Oh, do I still have that pick of LBJ? There are a lot of them. You know, I don't know why he would think that that was a good idea. He liked to hold his dog up by the ears. Of course I have that picture. course I got that picture. You think I'd not have that picture ready? Imagine trying to hold. Imagine LBJ trying to hold this guy up by the ears. He'd need a frickin' ladder. Oh, you got it, Bill. Oh. And I'm going to take a little break here for about 2 to 3 minutes. That was a super frickin' question from Kathy Harden. And Adams was a good guess. I'll be right back. Just for a point of information, when McKinley was assassinated, of course, TR finished off his term and then ran on his own and won, and pledged not to run for a second term, which turned out he regretted. And he probably would have won. So he eventually, the next election, I think it was, ran on a third party and lost. It's scoreless after 1. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Oh. Well, we are back at Fenway Park in a relatively meaningless game, although the Red Sox whoops. Still in the running for second place. They are only 2 games behind the second place Tigers, the returning champions, who are not the same team this year. And we have Jefferson as our first answer. And Vicente Romo comes out to pitch his second inning. Taking his warm-ups. Kathy Harden for the Yankees. He got into a little bit of trouble there in the first. It was first and third, 1 out. He got out of it. And coming up to bat is Dave McDonald. A left-handed hitter who started this game, playing first for the injured Pepitone, who was well enough to pinch hit in this game. So Dave McDonald steps into the box, left-handed hitter against Romo. Here's Romo now. And the pitch to McDonald. That's 6'5", right-handed. Left-handed, I'm sorry. And that's a grounder to short for Petrocelli at 216. Rico. .216, 16-2. He gets to it on a G1. E16. 5-10-12. And he throws him out. So McDonald is retired for the first out here in the top of the second. And here's Thurman Munson now, the young catcher. And we have a mid-second question. Beautiful. Keep them coming. This is going to be a mid-question, mid-second from Bill Ivamy. Right after this half inning. Oh, Lord help me. Here's Romo now. And the pitch to Munson. That's 5-5 right-handed, and that's a drive. He's got the power, hit deep, and gone. Munson on a, looked like it was a fastball that hung, and he just blasted it out. Munson with the home run. Let's look at that again. 5-5 right-handed and home run. He's got the power. 1-10. And it's a 4. And that'll put the Yankees ahead 1-0. The youngster Thurman Munson with a home run. He had 1 all season. He only had 86 at-bats. He started this game. And for Munson, that is his first home run of the season. So that works out pretty statistically accurate. A solo home run by Munson. And here comes Len Bomer facing Romo. Bomer, the third baseman, right-handed hitter, facing Romo. 1 out, nobody on. 1-0 Yankees now. Red Sox took the first of this 4-game series, 3-2. This is the second game of the series. Here's the pitch to Bomer, 4-6, and he grounds it to third. That's for Scott. And he throws it over to Karl for the second out. A 4-6 right-handed. And now Mel Stottlemyre is the batter. Interesting that he has end power, Munson, and even has a home run on his card. He's W against left-handers, but he hit 1 home run. I guess that's how it works out. Well, here's Mel Stottlemyre, the late Mel Stottlemyre. A 2-NR to come up here with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Vicente Romo now. And the pitch to Stottlemyre. That's a 1-5, and he struck him out. First strikeout for Romo. Side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit. It was a solo home run by Munson. We've gone 1.5. It's Yankees 1, Red Sox nothing. And now I ask you to give your attention to the text for a middle of the second question from the great Bill Ivamy, who is doing it beautifully, waiting for the music, timing his questions. And here it is, 2 players in the Red Sox starting lineup in this game played for the Yankees later on in their careers. Name them. Whoa. Whoa. Well, that's tough. I'm going to take a guess. This is the only guess I could come up with. You think it's a weak question? I don't think it's a weak question. It's maybe Kathy would know it. Neither of them. Wow. Oh, we can keep guessing. I can't see any of these people. The only other people I can think of, I'm going to go for 2 more if no one else is. These are just guesses. It's a good question. Scott. Okay, we got 1. Okay, we have 1. And I assume he means it's not Andrews. I know it's not Yaz. Anybody else want to take a crack at this? Here's a hint. He backed up the guy who just homered. Backed up the guy who just homered. Oh. Okay. It's got to be Moses. That was too big a hit. Too big a hint. Kathy says Petroselli. Charlton, yeah, exactly. There you go. It is Moses, Jerry Moses. I wrote Moses. I wrote Moses. Oh, and it was a great question. Not weak at all. Thank you. Bill Ivany. And so there's our second question of the day, first by Bill Ivany, and the answer is Moses. Jefferson and Moses. I don't think I'm being kind. I don't think it was weak at all. Look, no one else got it. And it was only after that big hint. And we're heading to the bottom of the second, Mel Stottlemyre. And we welcome the questions, folks. Again, this broadcast could be ended with a phone call. We're a low-budget network here, the Strat-O-Matic network. And phone calls, important phone calls, will end broadcasts, and then we pick them up again. Okay, 1-0 Yankees on the home run by Munson. And here's Rico Petroselli to lead it off. Oh. Okay, Mel Stottlemyre on the mound. He put 2-1, got out of it with a double play by Clark, started by Clark. And it's going to be Rico leading it off. Here's Mel now. And the pitch to Rico, that's 6-2 right-handed, fly ball left X. That'll be White. White is a 2-4. That's a pretty darn good fielding rating. White should get this. 2-4. Uh-oh, 3-2. Oh, only a 1 would have stopped that. It's going to drop in for a base hit. White couldn't get it. for an S2. Doesn't matter with no one on. 6, 8, 10. And white a E4. It's going to be a base hit for Rico to lead it off. Rico 1 to 13, 1 to 9, not being held. Not going for the lead. And here's Tony Conigliaro. He's a B bunter. If anyone wants him to lay it down, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to head away. Of course, he could become a C if the infield is in, which we would roll for. Anybody at all. Okay, here's Mel now from the stretch. Last call for the bunt. Here's the pitch, and he's swinging away. And it's 1-9, and he struck him out. So Tony strikes out. 1 out with Rico on first, and here's George Scott. Not to be confused with George C. Scott, the actor. Okay, Mel. With Rico on first, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Scott. 5-6 right-handed, struck him out. That's 2 in a row for Mel. And speaking of Moses, here he comes, Jerry Moses. Hit .304 with 135 at bats. Not too shabby there. Romo is on deck. Here's Moses now. Here's Mel. And the pitch to Moses. 4-5 right-handed, grounds it to second, and that will retire the side. It's 4-5 right-handed. Clark has it. And he throws it to McDonald. And the Red Sox are retired. No runs, the leadoff single by Rico, left on base. We've gone 2, it's a 1-0 ball game. And we move to the top of the third now. And here's Romo. He'll face the top of the order, Horace, who reached on the 2-base error by LaHood. Went to third on White's single, and they were both left on in the first. And here's Horace. Switch hitter batting left. Okay, Romo now. Pitch to Clark. 3-6. Right-handed, walked him. So Clark is on with a leadoff walk. On a 3-6 right-handed, he's a 1-17 with a lead, 1-18. 1-16 if being held. He'll be held. 1-16, he's going to go for this lead. 2-6. And no, he does not get the lead. So that makes him a 1-13, 1-14, 1-10 without the lead being held. And here's Gene Michael now. Infield is back. He's a B bunter. You know what that means. He's bunting. Stick will lay it down. Uh-oh, 9. B, it's good. Hit to first, in case anyone gives a shit, for Karl, and his only play is to take it to the bag. A beautifully placed bunt by Gene Michael to send Clark to second. It was a 9B. That's a good bunter. So Stick, also deceased. Gene Michael with the sacrifice bunt. Heart attack, age 79. Stick Michael. Well, here's Roy White now with Clark in scoring position. It's 1-0 Yankees on the home run by Munson. Oh, Lord help me. Here's Romo now. White singled, left on in the first. Here's the pitch to White. That's a 1-3. Grounder to first C with a runner on second. Uh-oh. That's going to be, he will advance. Yeah. With a runner on second, will advance. So they're moving Clark around there to third base now. Actually, it was a 1-3. Whew. 3-3. Another 3-3. 2 outs now. And a clutch situation for Mercer. And Romo trying to get out of this. Okay, here's Romo now. Mercer 0 for 1. Pop to first, line to first, I don't remember. Here's the pitch to Mercer now. Clutch situation, 6-6 left-handed, and that's going to be a base hit by Mercer. Clark scores. And that'll make it a 2-0 ball game. A clutch single by Mercer on a 6-6 left-handed. Look at that, 6-6 left-handed, double 1 to 15. It was a single. And the Yankees take a 2-0 lead here. Mercer 1 to 15, 1 to 16, 1 to 14 being held. It's a borderline. He's not being held. He gets the lead. Whoa. Now he's a 1 to 16. Well, that's, wait a minute. I go back on those sometimes because I misunderstood. It's a 1 to 16 without being held if he gets the lead. So we will hold him. And that's just due to a mathematical calculation error. Now Mercer will not go for the lead because he being held. He's a 1 to 15, 1 to 16, 1 to 12. So Mercer being held at first with 2 outs, and here's Frank Tepedino. Two nothing Yankees. Home run by Munson in the second. The walk by Clark to lead it off here in the third. Sacrificed by Michael the second. Went to third on the ground ball by White, and then singled home by Mercer in a clutch hit. Now Mercer on first, 2 down. Tepedino is the batter. Here's Romo now. That's a 1-2. Grounder to third. Scott has it. And he throws it to Karl, and the side is retired. A 1-2. That is a re-roll. Lord, sometimes you can miss them. Do it again. Foul ball. That 5-3 is negated. 6-7 left-handed. That's a grounder to second X. Andrews 224. Whew. Lord, I am so full of things on my mind. 224. Andrews. With Mercer being held, 224 on first with a left-handed hitter that Andrews is not responsible. So he'll remain at 224. That's a 2-2 S1. That's going to be a base hit. Oh, Lord. Whew. Again, it was a 2-2 S1. 6-11-14 E24. So it's going to be an S1 with Mercer going to second. That's going to be a base hit. First and second, 2 down now. And here comes Dave McDonald. Clutch situation. Oh. Here's the pitch to McDonald. 6'8", left-handed hitter. And that'll be a grounder to Andrews. He gets it that time. And throws him out. So the side is retired. 1 run, though. On a walk, 2 singles. And after 2 1/2, it's 2-0 Yankees. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 3rd. I didn't know George Scott played on the Yankees. Well, here's Mel now. And Romo will lead it off here. Bottom of the 3rd. They'll pitch 303 innings. And I believe he started the All-Star game. And we have a question top of the 4th. for Black Music History Month. Top of the fourth from Kathy Harden. We've had Jefferson, Scott, and Moses, I'm sorry. And then we'll see what we have here, top of the fourth. Thank you. Her second question of the ball game. This was Bill's first. All right. Here's Mel now. This will be after this half inning. Strat-O-Matic and the pitch to Romo. 4-4 right-handed. That's a ballpark slash. I don't know if that's going to go through. It's a 15. No, it does not. Romo right-handed, just caught by Stick Michael. A beautiful catch by Michael, 1 out. And here's Mike Andrews now. Oh. Andrews singled in the first, and he was left on base. Here's Strat-O-Matic now. .63 right-handed. That's another slash, and that one's going to go through, I believe. Maybe not. Again, 6'3", right-handed, single slash in Boston, right-handed. Yes, it does. It goes through for a base hit. So Andrews is on. Not much of a stealer. And he's not being held with Strat-O-Matic. Great move there with Munson, -4. And here's Joe LaHood. Andrews on first. LaHood is the tying run at the plate. He walked left and forced in the first. Okay, here's Strat-O-Matic. The pitch to LaHood. 4-9, left-handed, grounds to short X. This could be 2 by Stick. Or maybe it won't be. 4-9, left-handed. Stick a 327. .327, 12-3. It's a G2. I think that precludes a double play. Let's see if he boots it. E27, 612, 13. No, he does not. It is a G2 clean with a runner on first. He'll probably advance. He's forced. So Stick forces Andrews at second base. And that'll be 2 outs, Lahoud. Not being held on first. And here's Karl now. He went on a home run tear earlier this month. And he could tie it up. He hasn't hit one in a little bit. Karl. With 47 home runs. He had 40 in real world. Okay, Strat-O-Matic. Two column, you're in trouble possibly. Look at those home runs in that 2 column. With blasts. Here's the pitch to Karl. Hello, Mr. Morrell. Here's the pitch to Karl. Oh, 1-2. And he lines it to second, caught by Clark, and the side is retired. It was a 1-2 right-handed. And the side is out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We've gone 3. It's still a 2-0 ball game. This is Morrell Francis. And we have a question, Black History Month, Black Music History Month, from Kathy Harden. All month, should be all year. Wait for it. Wait for it, people. It's coming. Here it is. On Easter Sunday, 1939, Marian Anderson sang at the Lincoln Memorial, in which 75,000 attended, but was only allowed to perform when this woman stepped in. Whoa. I think this might have been before her time. But I'm going to just take a wild guess on this. Oh, Bill Ivamy also said, look at that, everybody. And I was not reading what you all said. I think we're all going to get it on this one. Joel says Eleanor. Bill says Eleanor. And you all get it. And I said Eleanor, and so help me God, I was not reading what you all were writing. My first guess was Lena Horne, but I thought that might be behind her time. I know something happened to her. because of her support of civil rights. We all need a spell check, indeed. Indeed. And that was a super, I didn't know that. It was just a guess. And you see how we can learn. Some of us, Bill Ivamy maybe knew it, Joel maybe knew it, but she was a great woman. Oh God. Maybe we'd have to say the best, greatest first lady ever in the United States, I would say. That was, we have these questions, Morel. That was our third of the day, second by Kathy. The first one, the answer was Jefferson, Thomas Jefferson. The second one from Bill Ivamy was Jerry Moses and George Scott. And this one is Eleanor Roosevelt. Who are 3 people who have never been in my kitchen? Well, that seems like a pretty easy question, unless you've had a lot of people. What kind of kitchen are we talking about? Your residential kitchen? God, what kind of question is that? I'm going to say Horace Clarke, Gene Michael, and Roy White. Oh, it's an old joke. You see how I just have to do a quick email, folks. If you can all just bear with me a second. I've never handled stress well. Do I need something? Morel, I need a lot. Yes, I need something. I need peace of mind. Thank you, Morel. I'm agnostic, but if there is a God, I don't know why he would help me. I don't know why he would help me when there's so many other people suffering. But go ahead. It can't hurt, right? Oh. Well, let me just give them. Okay. Well, but okay. Yeah. That'll be fine. I'm going to do the top of the fourth and then take a break here. It's going to be Vicente Romo. And leading it off is Thurman Munson. It's a 2-0 ball game. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here's Munson. He's 1 for 1. He homered in the second. It's 2-0, and Romo, his endurance is 7. Strat-O-Matic is 9. I guess I'm just going to go ahead, proceed with this game, and then take care of any business I have in the afternoon. It can wait. Here's Romo now. The pitch to Munson. 310 right-handed. That's a ballpark slash. This one may go through. 9 right-handed. And whoa. It goes through. Look at that. It's a 9. It goes through for a base hit. It was a 310. Ballpark slash. And now Munson 2 for 2 today. Hitting very nicely. Here's Bomer now. Not being held. Munson. Bomer at the plate. Strat-O-Matic on deck. 2-0 Yankees, top of the fourth. Here's Romo from the stretch. The pitch to Bomer now. 4-8. Right-handed, struck him out. Second strikeout for Romo today. On a 4-8 right-handed. And here's Strat-O-Matic. Mel Strat-O-Matic, he struck out in the second. And he comes up here. With Munson on first, 1 out. He'll hit away. Again, 2 NR. Here's Romo. 4-6, right-handed, grounds to third, and that's going to be Scott to Andrews to Yastrzemski for the double play. An inning-ending double play thrown by Romo, handled very nicely. It was 4-6 right-handed. Ground ball third A. Runner on first, same as basic and advanced. So the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and none left. And we gone 3.5, and it is a 2-0 ball game. And here comes Mel out. He'll face Smith, Petroselli, and Tony Conigliaro. And Frank has arrived. Welcome to you, Frank. Okay, here's Smith now, switch hitter. Batting left against Strat-O-Matic. Here's the pitch from Strat-O-Matic. 6-8, switch hitter batting left. He struck him out. Third strikeout for Mel. And here comes Rico now. Rico singled left on in the second. One out, nobody on. Red Sox down 2-0 here. Here's Mel. And the pitch to Rico. 4-4 right-handed. That's a slash. And that one's going to go through. I can smell it. 4-4 right-handed, ballpark slash right-handed hitter, Boston. That goes through. I was looking at New York the other time, but it didn't matter. I made a mistake. We have a mid-fifth Yankees question. That is a single by Rico, his second of the game. We have a mid-fifth from Bill Ivamy. his second of the game. Oh, that's nice, Lisa. You watch these games with your husband? That's nice. Your husband, is that his username, 1957 Music Man? Yeah, he was born the year before me. That's nice, Lisa. Say hello to the Music Man. So Rico is on, not being held, and Tony Conigliaro is the batter. I knew I had crossed something up there on the ballpark effects, and I was looking in New York, but it didn't matter. It would have been a single anyway. Okay, here's Tony now. Rico on first, 1 out. Tony the tying run. 2-0 Yankees. Here's the pitch. That's 4-6, right-handed, grounds to third, and that will force Rico. And it's 2 outs, Tony on first. A 4-6 right-handed. Two away, Conigliaro on first. And here's George Scott. Also has power. Okay, Mel now. Gets the sign from Munson. And here's the pitch to George Scott. 4-6, right-handed, grounds it to third. This should end the inning. Bomer throws it to McDonald. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit. A single by Rico, he was forced, and Tony was left on. We've gone 4, it's 2-0. And we're going to do the top of the 5th here, then go to the Yankee question from Bill Ivamy. We've had some real good questions today. Kathy with Thomas Jefferson. Bill, I thought it was not a weak question. It was a tough question. George Scott and Moses. Kathy with Eleanor Roosevelt. And then you can guess what the questions were, or scroll up in the text. I like to just see if I can remember to enhance my memory. Top of the 5th, and it's going to be Horace leading it off. Horace, switch hitter, batting left. Horace reached on the 2-base error by LaHood, was left on, walked and scored in the 3rd. Oh, that's good coffee. Okay, here's Romo now. In his 5th inning, his first endurance is the 7th. The pitch to Horace. 6-8, switch hitter, batting left, grounds to second for Andrews, and he throws it to Yastrzemski for an easy out. routine ground ball on a 6-8 switch hitter batting left. No X about it. And here's Gene Michael now. Oh. Ah. Okay, Romo. And the pitch to Michael. 6-4. Switch hitter batting left. That's a grounder to short X for Rico. Rico 216. Rico 216, that's a 15-2. It'll be a G1. And he is an E16, 5'9", 11. E16. And he throws him out. 2-way. And now Roy White is the batter. Big question from Bill Ivamy, middle of the 5th, a Yankee question. Could be almost anything. Here's Roy now, switch hitter, batting left against Romo. And Roy White is still alive. He is 80 years old. He had a 283 lifetime batting average. He even played for the, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this, Yomiuri. Oh, Lisa Sawyer, we thank you. Thank you, Lisa Sawyer, thank you. Every little bit helps. Very kind of you. Thank you. That's very generous of you for the gift. Okay, here's White with 2 outs, nobody on. Romo now. And the pitch to White. That's 4-4, switch hitter batting left, catcher X. That's for Moses. Oh, that's... Lisa, you're very kind. Stuck up on coffee. We all have regrets, and we need to be gentle with ourselves. We do need to be kind to ourselves, but also hold ourselves responsible, Lisa. But your advice is very well received. So where was I? 4-4 White, switch hitter batting left, catcher X. Okay. Moses, a 4-6. a 4-6. Oh, 3-4. It's going to be a WG with no one on. That is going to might be a ground ball for the catcher. 5-10-15 though. He's an E6 though, and he gets it. A WG. And it's a squib in front of the plate, and Moses throws him out at first. And the side is retired. 1-2-3 for Romo, who was looking very good there. Thank you, Lisa. I don't have to carry that guilt. Okay. And now we're moving to the question from Bill Ivamy. Bill's been very good about waiting for the music, timing, and here we go. Here it is, everybody. Horace Clarke in 1967 took over second base for the Yankees from Bobby Richardson after Bobby retired. Who replaced Horace in 74? You know, his name, escapes me. Wow, Joel Horland, Sandy Alomar. I was thinking someone else, and his name escapes me. Yeah, Randolph, Willie Randolph. Joel gets it. Wow. I guess Willie Randolph came later. Oh. Oh, for Doc Medich. I have not thought of Doc Medich in so many years. That's like I'm trying to remember who he was. Was he a pitcher? Doc Medich, yeah. My Lord. Some of these folks, he's still alive. He's 75 years old. He was a medical student. Wonder if he ever became a doctor. Looks like he did. Twice during his career, he went into the stands during a game to aid a fan who was suffering a heart attack. CPR and mouth-to-mouth on a fan who died later that day. And then the man survived another one that he He then ran into some troubles for writing bad prescriptions. Great question from Bill Ivamy, and it's going to be Sandy Alomar. So we have an interesting collection here. Thomas Jefferson, Jerry Moses, and George Scott. Eleanor Roosevelt, and finally Sandy Alomar. And I think I remember Alomar on the Yankees for a brief time. Great question, Bill, and we welcome them. I'm going to take a little break here. And we're moving along at a pretty good pace. It's 2-0 Yankees. Then I'll take care of business in the afternoon. This is, I'd like to point out to those of you who are here and don't know, many of you are regulars and you know it too well. This is our 1969 replay, and we are in the last week of the season just about. The date of this game is September 23, 1969. The first on the schedule using Baseball Reference. I use real world lineups, but free to deviate as I wish. And it is a relatively meaningless game, although the Red Sox, not to them so much, they are 2 games behind the world champion Detroit Tigers, and they would like very much to pass them in the short time we have. I'm going to take a little break here and be back in just 2 or 3 minutes. This is Jeffrey Guterman, and this is the Strat-O-Matic Network. Joel knows his stuff. Sandy Alomar. Boy, does he know his stuff. Indeed, Kathy Harden, indeed. Oh. apologize. That was an extended break. And because I ran into my landlord and he was very supportive. He was away traveling for a month. Yes, Alexis, I'll be more than glad to share this. Here's a link to it, and I find from this Alexis, this is the particular file that I use. The only requirement that this website has is that you put in, and I don't know if you can see it, but if you look at my description, they are defaulted to say Karl Casey at White Bat Audio. And he doesn't require any other and another spam voicemail. If you would bear with me a moment. Okay. And it's unusual, it's rare for me to have a break that extends like that when I said otherwise, because I ran into my landlord and he was very supportive of me. You got that, Alexis? Alexis Edwards, you got the link? There it is. We're going to head to the bottom of the fifth here, and then I'll make just a little more coffee against my better judgment. It's going to be Mel Stottlemyre and Jerry Moses will lead it off, and Romo, who's pitching good baseball for the most part, comes out on deck. Okay, here's Strat-O-Matic. And the pitch to Moses. That's a 3-5 right-handed, and that's a drive hit out into the gap for Moses. Extra bases, double for Moses. And, you know, it seems early to pinch hit. I'm more than glad to take recommendations. He's a B bunter. We could move him to third so a fly ball can bring him home. It's only a 2-0 ball game. Any input would be appreciated. Any input appreciated. And Joel Horland comes through. Thank you, Joel. A B bunter. Let's see if he the infield is in or out. House rule. Infield is in. He's a C now. Whoa, it's 10. It's 10C. It's popped up. To Strat-O-Matic. And he makes the catch. At least it wasn't a double play, right? So it's 1 out. At least we tried. Here's Mike Andrews. It's a 10C. Okay, here's Mel now. Andrews 2 for 2, 2 singles, left on and forced. The pitch to Andrews. 5-6 right-handed, struck him out. That's the 4th strikeout for Mel. 5-6. And here comes Joe LaHood. LaHood played this whole game. A 188 hitter. He is a left-hander. Unless you folks want me to pinch hit for him, we're going to let him hit in this game. He is a left-handed hitter. Last call for a pinch hitter. He has walked, reached on a force. Here's Mel now. 2 outs. Clutch situation. 2-10, and he struck him out. And that will retire this side. No runs. The leadoff double by Moses left on base. We've gone 5. It's 2-0. And Romo will come out to pitch the 6th here. His first endurance is the 7th. I'm going to make just a little more coffee here. Just a little more. We'll need water today. Oh, here's Romo now, pitching his 6th inning. And leading it off is Mercer, 1 for 2. It's 2-0 Yanks. Okay, Romo. And the pitch to Mercer. 5-9 left-handed, struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Vicente Romo. And here's Frank Tepedino now. Singled in the 3rd, 1 for 2. Here's Romo. 1-6, right-handed, struck him out. Oh, Romo looking stronger than ever. A 1-6, right-handed. And here's Dave McDonald. Left-handed hitter. Facing Romo, the right-hander. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch to McDonald. That is a 5-11 left-handed hitter. It's a fly ball to right field X. That's for Canigliaro, 3-5. Three, 5, 6, 3. There it goes through for a base hit. Look at that. It was a fly ball right X to Tony Canigliaro. He's a 3-5. 6 is an S2 with 2 outs. 5, 10, 13. Let's see if he boots it to exacerbate. E5. 5, 10, 13. No, he does not. It's going to be a base hit for McDonald. McDonald, not a stealer, not being held. He's a 1 to 10 running. And here comes Munson. Romo from the stretch. And the pitch to Munson now. 5-7 right-handed. Struck him out. He struck out the side, if you will, on a 5-7 right-handed. Wait a minute. Yes. And that was his 5th strikeout. And the side is retired. No runs. The single by McDonald. And left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. Moving along. Here's Strat-O-Matic. He'll face the heart of this order. Karl, Smith, and Rico. Okay, here's Karl leading it off. Karl is 0 for 2. Reached on a force, doubled up, and popped to second. Here's the pitch from Mel. That's 2-5, and that's going to be a base hit for Karl to lead it off. Again, Mel's first endurance is the 9th. That was a 2-5 triple one single the rest. 1 to 16, 1 to 12. Not being held. He will not be held. And he will take the lead. I don't know what the hell that means, because I'm not going. Okay, he has the asterisk. I guess that means automatic lead, and I have the option. 1 to 16 minus 4. 1 to 12. And here's Reggie Smith. Smith, the tying run at the plate. Get some of that coffee. Oh. Oh my Lord, help me, God. Okay, here's Smith now. Here's Mel from the stretch and the pitch. 3-10, and he pops it up behind the plate for Munson. And he makes the catch. 1 away. And here comes Rico Petrocelli. 2 for 2, 2 singles. Yaz on first with a lead, not being held. Oh. Here's Rico now. And the pitch. 3-10. Grounds it to first, and that's going to force Yastrzemski. McDonald throws to second. It's 2 outs now, and Rico is on first. Not being held. And now Tony Conigliaro. He's got power. Tying run at the plate. Okay, here's Mel now. And the pitch to Tony. 2-7, non-clutch situation, fly ball center. And under it is Mercer, and that's going to be the side. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And after 6, it's still 2-0. Quite a ball game. Okay, let's see if we can get through this game in a reasonable period as I have some work to do. Here's Vicente Romo in his first endurance inning here. It's going to be Bomer, Strat-O-Matic, and Clark. The pitch to Bomer. That's 5-7. Right-handed, struck him out. That's 4 strikeouts in a row in terms of his outs. Pretty good ratio. Five-7 strikeout. Here comes Strat-O-Matic now. Throwing shutout baseball. Here's Romo. And the pitch to Strat-O-Matic. 3-9, he grounds it to first, and Yastrzemski takes it to the bag, 2 outs. And here's Horace Clark. Clark 0 for 2, reached on an error, walked and scored, grounded to second. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 7th. Romo's first endurance inning. Here's the pitch to Clark. 5-7, switch hitter, he struck him out, my goodness. His 7th. And another one, a 1-2-3. For Romo. The question is, will he hit this inning? Bottom of the 7th. Again, Mel's first endurance is the 9th. It'll be Scott, Moses, and then Romo due up. My thinking is if it's 2 outs, no one on, you let him hit, but I'll defer to anybody. Joel, Bill, Kathy, anybody? I don't think Kathy has maybe a conflict of interest. She is not a fan of the Red Sox. Here's Scott now 0 for 2. Mel, the windup, and the pitch. 5-7, right-handed. There's a shot into the gap for a double. Whoa. A double by Scott. A leadoff double. Moses had a leadoff double. In the 5th was left on. And here's Moses now. 304 hitter. I say D. Bunter hit away. I will say there is action in the bullpen. For the Red Sox. Lyle is available, and the Yankee lineup has a lot of left-handers. Here's Moses now. Mel from the stretch. And the pitch to Moses. That's 3-10. And that is a base hit, no asteroids. In a non-clutch situation to left. And White is a +2. My goodness. Scott rounding. 1-14, 1-16, no hold, 1-17. My question is to Yankee managers, do we let him score? Otherwise, Moses goes to second on the throw. That's not what Demos does, but that's the way I play it. That's the Strat-O-Matic rule. Any suggestions? Scott 1-14. White, surprisingly, let him score. Thank you, Shoal. And now it's a 2-1 ball game. And Romo is due up. He's a B bunter. Do we, with no outs, bunt Moses, or do we pinch hit? It's Moses on first, the tying run. It's a tough call. I think we bunted Romo last time and he popped out. Anybody at all? Pinch hit, pinch run for Moses. That's a nice suggestion. We can bring in Satriano, who's been playing. No problem with that. It's a great call. And the best runners are Billy Canigliaro and Sid O'Brien, 1-15s. Maybe we go with O'Brien because he's not as good a hitter as Billy. Okay, so we're gonna pinch hit for Moses. O'Brien, at least he's good for something. Pinch running, 1-15. I'll check. O'Brien is a B, so is Romo. It's also Russ Gibson, who played more than Satriano, just a little bit more. They're both 4s. Gibson, they're both 0s, and it's really very little of a difference. I think we'll bring in Gibson, he's 7. Okay? Let me check your query about A bunters. It will be Gibson catching. And let's see if there's any A bunters on the bench. With O'Brien, a 1-15 on first, and nobody out. There are no A bunters on the bunch, on the bench. I just want to bring your attention to a George Thomas who had 51 at bats. I don't know if it's fair to use him. I haven't seen him being played recently. He could be hurt. That would be Liberty here, taking Liberty. I don't see him playing in any games in the next 4 games, the next 5 games. I think it would be fair not to use him. even though we have used him. We could pinch hit with Billy Canigliaro instead of George Thomas. Who, by the way, came into this game to play right field. I don't know why. For Tony, his brother. I have no idea why. We have Lyle available. There's no outs. He was out from June 24th to October 1st. Okay. That is very helpful, Joel. And we use exact lineups. Thank you, Joel. We use exact lineups. Injuries are built in. I'll keep in mind not to use him again. Still plenty of action. It's bottom of the seventh. Plenty of innings to play. The question I have then is, do we let Billy Canigliaro, a 288 hitter, come in, or with no outs? Oh God, that Y. Or do we allow Vicente Romo to stay in the game as a B bunter, lay down a bunt? Canigliaro a D bunter. I think those are the options. It's Billy Canigliaro, a right-handed hitter. It's going to be Billy Canigliaro hitting, and Lyle will come in. Thank you, Joel. That's going to be it for Romo. Gibson, the new catcher. Romo pitched 7. Six hits. Pitched good ball, I think. He walked 1, struck out 7, and allowed 2 runs. Lyle warming against that. He will face that Yankee lineup, which a lot of them are switch hitters. You know, Michael White lead it off. They'll bat right. Mercer is a left-handed hitter, so is Tepedino. So Lyle will be the new pitcher. And coming in is Billy Canigliaro. And he will not bunt. Billy Canigliaro, a 288 hitter, played in this game in real world. I don't know if his brother got hurt or it was an 8-3 game and they decided just to bring him in. Here's Mel now. From the stretch, O'Brien on first, no outs, 2-1 ball game. Here's the pitch to Canigliaro. 5-3 right-handed, it's tapped back to Mel. Oh, and he's a 1. Lord, this could be a double play. 5-3 right-handed. Mel is a 124. That sure comes in handy, the 1. I don't know about the 24. That's a 6-1 G3. Whoa. E24, 589. It's going to be a G3 with a runner on first. And he will advance. So that's as good as a sacrifice. Canigliaro taps back to Mel. One out, O'Brien, a 1-15 running in scoring position for Andrews. I think we would, in good conscience, pinch hit for LaHood. I take that liberty, a 188 hitter. I take that liberty after they have had 2 or 3 at-bats. We were lucky to let him hit the second time. It's just sort of a house convention. So the tying run is O'Brien in scoring position. And here's Mel Stottlemyre. The pitch to Andrews. 3-11. Infield is not in. And it's a grounder to second with a runner on second on a 3-11 right-handed. That's a 6. If hit to first or second, batter out, runners advance. So he will advance on a ground ball to Clark. Excruciating, 2 outs. And I think, Joel, you'd say we'd hit for LaHood. Although he's a left-handed hitter, he is a 188 hitter. He played the entire game, but they won it 8-3. They need a base hit here. Candidates are Tom Satriano, also a catcher, left-handed hitter. Dalton Jones, a 220 hitter. Dick Schofield, a switch hitter, 257. And that's it. I could look in the call-ups, but most of my call-ups are pitchers. Looks like LaHood has power and walks a lot. And his card doesn't look so bad against right-handers, so I'm going to take that the subtext of your comment as let Lahoud hit. That's what we will do, and boy, that simplifies things. Maybe he'll come through. He did walk 40 times in 218, which is a good number. So we're gonna go with Lahoud, even though he's a 188 hitter. Here's Mel now. 2 outs. It's O'Brien on third. 1 run in already. Mel. And the pitch. .512 left-handed, grounds it to second. This will be for Clark. X. Clark at 216. .216, 15-2. It's a G1. Got to rely on an error here with a runner on third. 489, he's a 16. And no, he throws him out. And the side is retired. 1 run though. And Sparky Lyle is the new pitcher here. Two to 1 ball game. Plenty of baseball left. Oh. Oh, Lord help me, God. Okay, here's Lyle now, top of the 8th. 2-1 Yankees. Gene Michael to lead it off. Remember, it's Gibson now catching. Here's Lyle. Michael batting right-handed. 6'8", right-handed, struck him out. Now Roy White, switch hitter, batting right-handed against Lyle. 2-1 Yankees, top of the 8th. Pitch to White. 6'7", switch hitter, batting right, struck him out. Two strikeouts. And now Mercer, left-handed hitter. Pitch from Lyle. 2-9, left-handed. Oh my, it's a ballpark blast. on a 14, left-handed in Boston. That's a short right field there. Left-handed, oh, left-handed, 1-5. No, it's a fly ball to right. Maybe it's not. I don't know why it's so far. It was a 2-9 left-handed ballpark blast against the left-hander. He's got the power. And it was a 14. And he's a left-handed hitter. So it's a long fly ball to right field caught by Tony. And a 1-2-3 inning. Trying to get through this game, folks, with pretty moderate anxiety about some personal matters that I need to take care of, but I'm letting it go till this afternoon. Well, Mel will face the heart of this order, Yastrzemski, Smith, and Rico. Yastrzemski, Smith, and Rico. And again, his first endurance is the 9th. He got into a bit of trouble there in the 7th, allowing a run. The first of the game he has allowed. One more cup of coffee here. Boy, these games really run long. Oh, they run long. Okay, here's Karl Yastrzemski now. Leading it off. 1 for 3. Singled in the 6th, forced. Stottlemyre now trying to hold on to this lead. Here's the pitch to Karl. 6-8, left-handed, struck him out. That's the 6th for Mel. Yaz goes down swinging on a 6-8 left-handed. Whew. And here's Reggie Smith, switch hitter, batting left. He's got power. Here's Here's Mel now. And the pitch to Smith. 2-8, right-handed. He walked him. So Smith is on. Really not much of a candidate to steal. He's a 1-11 with a lead. 1-11 with a lead. I think we'll hold him though, because look at his pickoff. 7-8, 10-12. Any suggestions for anybody to hold him if you're wearing the Yankees hat here? If you don't hold him, he's got the lead, and it's a 1-11, which is not really very good. So he'll take the lead, and we will not hold him. Okay? If anyone would like to change that, we will. He gets the lead automatically. The other option is hold him, but you know, you get an X roll, it could be a base hit. So Smith with the lead, but he's not going. All we need to do is hit a 7-8, 10-12 if I'm wearing the Red Sox hat, and you've lost your tying run. So it's Smith on first with a lead. And here's Rico Petrocelli. 1 out. I don't think it's a bunting situation. He's a B. With 1 out. I think this is a go for it situation. Here's Mel now. And the pitch to Rico. 4-4 right-handed, there's a slash. 1-13 right-handed. Oh, and it goes through for a base hit. Smith goes to second and holds. A 4-4 right-handed ballpark slash. And it was a 13. And with a right-hander 13, it is a single. So this is getting very, this does not help my anxiety at all. Here's Tony Conigliaro now. Action in the Yankee bullpen. It's 1 out, first and second. Tying run in scoring position. And that is Reggie Smith. Here's the pitch to Tony. That's 2-7 right-handed, and that's a non-clutch fly ball to center. That's going to be no option for a tag, if I'm correct, and that's 2 away. Big out, 2-7, non-clutch situation. And here's George Scott in a clutch situation. And he's got a clutch reversal on his card. 2 of them in the 1 column. It doesn't mean he can't hit for the clutch here. 2 outs, first and second. Strat-O-Matic now. And the pitch to Scott. 1-8. Oh my! That's going to be a clutch reversal. Popped up to short. And Stick Michael makes the catch. Isn't that a kick in the teeth for the Red Sox? Joel Horland. Do you see that? George Scott on a 1-8. You almost don't want it to be. You almost don't want it, but that's a clutch reversal. That hurts. Now, I know Kathy Harden is for the Yankees. So we say he chokes. No runs. Lord, he gets out of it, Mel. And we head to the ninth. That's smarts. Whoa. That was a clutch reversal, folks. Let's see where you say he choked, I guess. Here's Lyle in the second inning. That hurt. Here's Tepedino. If you're looking ahead, it'll be Gibson, Lyle, most likely a pinch hitter, and Andrews. In the bottom of the ninth. Here's Lyle now. Pitch to Tepedino. 6-9, left-handed. He grounds it to short X. Petroselli 216. .216, 1-2, S1 goes through. Just to prolong the misery, 4-6-7. E16, 4-6-7. And it'll be a base hit for Tepedino. Look at him, a 20. Lyle is a -4 with now Gibson a 0. Look at Tepedino, 1-for-1 stealing. That's a tough call. We're not going to hold him. It's a 1-16, not being held. And he'll try for it on the 3. No, he does not get it. So no hold, no lead. And here's McDonald now. McDonald 1-for-3 today. Here's the pitch from Lyle. 210, left-handed, struck him out. That's the third for Lyle. And now Munson. Munson 2-for-3, had the home run in the second, singled and doubled up in the fourth, struck out in the sixth. And the pitch. 4-7 right-handed, that's going to be a drive into the gap. It's a double. Tepedino goes to third and holds. Now the question is, infield in for Bomer. Anybody at all? Infield in on Bomer. Bomer, a 176 hitter. Otherwise, I'll keep the infield back, which is one of my faults. I don't do that enough. Bring it in. Anybody want to bring it in? Welcoming input. Infield is in. Indeed. So it's 1 out, infield in, second and third. Bomer at the plate. Here's Lyle. And the pitch. 2-11, left-handed. He pops it up in foul territory to the left side for the catcher, Gibson, and he makes the catch. So it doesn't really matter. And here's Mel Stottlemyre now. He's going to go all the way. His first endurance inning will be the 9th. 2 outs, second and third. Of course, infield goes back here. Here's Lyle. 3-9, grounds it to first. And Yastrzemski takes it to the bag. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th. What a game it's been, 2-1. And a pretty excruciating one for me, due to things on my mind. Russ Gibson, a 251 hitter. You're not going to get much better than that from the bench, if at all. So Gibson comes up to the plate here. What a game it's been. 2-1 Yankees. Bottom of the 9th. Gibson at the plate. Stottlemyre, the windup and the pitch. 4-7 right-handed. Grounds it to short. Stick Michael. Over to McDonald. 1 out. And now a pinch hitter for Lyle. Even I know that. Again, to see if there's any call-ups. Otherwise, we're going to have to go with a unsavory choice. Thomas unavailable. Just not fair to use him when you know Tony Muser is a lousy hitter. We're looking. Mike Garman, a pitcher. Let's see who the candidates are. We know George Thomas is not available, and in fact, we might as well pull him from this team, and I put him over here in my box for folks who are through, who are just unavailable. That way we're not tempted. Now we could go with Dick Schofield. Any idea if he played? Switch hitter. Joel, I think you use, you have some sort of, and I really would appreciate, he's a switch hitter. You have the left-hander Dalton Jones. Oh, he did play on October 1st. Oh, okay, I'll bring him back. Have a great day, Frank. Okay, he played on October 1st. I'll put him back in. I guess I could write it in here. That had to be the last game of the season. Satriano, left-handed hitter. I have no idea if these people played. Again, Jones, a left-handed hitter. These are two left-handers, and Schofield, the switch hitter. I could go ahead and take a peek. Schofield played on September 18 and then again on the 27th. Sounds good to me. Thank you. That's invaluable. And he's about the best hitter they got here. So Schofield, with one out. Thank you, Joel. Switch hitter batting left. Strat-O-Matic in his first endurance inning. Oh, here's Mel now. The pitch to Schofield. 3-6 right-handed, struck him out. That's the 7th for Mel. And the Yankees are one out away from the win here. Fans getting restless. Now Mike Andrews has some power. It's 2-1. Strat-O-Matic looks in. The pitch to Andrews. 3-8 base hit. Andrews is on, not being held. And it's Joe LaHood again. Do we go for it? He could win a game-winning home run. He's got power. He had 9 home runs in only 218 at-bats. Why don't we give you, Joel, why don't we give Lahoud the chance? What do you say? You like Lahoud? Well, we're going with Lahoud then. 2 outs. Andrews the tying run on first. Lahoud at the plate, the winning run. 112. This game is over. And the Red Sox win. 110, 1-17. It's over. 1-4. There's a chance for this ball game to be over. Here's the pitch from Strat-O-Matic. 6-6, left-handed. There's a base hit to left. Andrews rounding second. 1-13. White 1-15. No hold 1-16. Boy, that's a tough call. Lord, that's a tough call. Maybe they let him go so that the winning run doesn't go into scoring position. 1-16, let him go. You agree with that, Joel? Joe Lahoud, a 6-6 left-handed, single to left, no asteroids. Andrews, you agree? It's 2 outs. And here's Karl. Well, it all comes down to this. Karl Yastrzemski, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, first and third. 2-1 Yankees. Here's Mel now. And the pitch to Karl. 2-7, it's hit deep. To left, White going back, and he makes the catch on a 20-9. What a finish. It was hit deep. Oh my Lord, what a finish. Oh. Look at that. That's a 9. Again, look at it again. 2-7. Home run 1-6. And he was 1 hit or walk away from fatigue. 1-6. It was a 9. And the game is over. What a game. It was really a great game, even though I was feeling awful throughout the whole game. The final 2-1 Yankees. Strat-O-Matic went all the way for his 13th win. Thank you for your help, Joel. Thank you for your help. Strat-O-Matic, 9 innings. Ten hits. Walked 2, struck out 7, and allowed 1 run. The loss goes to Romo. The final line, Yankees 2 runs, getting out hit and winning, 8 hits and no errors. Red Sox 1 run, 10 hits and 1 error. Thank you, everybody. I gotta go. And thank you for being here for this ball game. Take care.